Alright, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another ride video. This one's actually a really fun one. It was from last May, so it's a little bit old, but I still remember it like it was yesterday, and I loved this ride. It's definitely not one of the faster rides, but that is okay with me, because I got to see some really beautiful country on this trip, and I probably will never get to go back to it. Not to mention, I got to spend the entire week with my grandparents, who were essentially my tour guides on this ride, so it's all two-track, four-wheeler stuff, but it was a really, really good trip, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, this is Arch Canyon, some of the most beautiful, beautiful country in the world. I'm totally not biased at all, by the way, but this is I think it was 12 or so miles, if I remember right, what I was told, of just out and back ride. So you got to ride all the way down to the end of the canyon, trail dead ends, you flip around, you come all the way back, and holy cow, it's amazing. It's all sandy, a little bit of rock, and about 63 water crossings, and so you're going to then cross each of those twice. So you're probably around the 126 water crossing mark. Quick math. But yeah, it's such a beautiful, beautiful canyon.
Hesitated stopping here because there's not a lot to see.
Right. And we did our hike yesterday, so
Yeah.
if people want to have them do it on maybe on the way out.
Yeah, we could do that too.
That corner came up a little faster than I thought it would. Fine. I gotta keep Grandma on her toes. That's kind of been my job since I was born. I'm going nuts for Grandma. And now that she's got another grandson, that's old Gunner's gonna beat me on that. Good? That's all right, huh? Feels good, man. Yeah.
There?
What's up?
Oh, I thought you was hollering at me.
No, I was just liking the water. It feels good.
Oh.
Splashed it on my arms a little.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
See him right up there under that ledge? There's a round one on that end,
Yeah.
and there's some square ones over on the other end.
Okay.
These are pretty cool. We walked up and the only way you can get into them is you got to go up that little draw off to the right.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, and you got to catch a ledge.
Uh-huh.
Around.
Well, they're up there, huh? Are you gonna be letting people walk up there now or no?
I don't know what this. It's a little ways away this time. I don't know if as many will go.
Yeah, and it's not as easy to get to.
It's not as easy to get to. But
So many green people up there.
So the special thing about this trail, aside from the beautiful views, the really nice weather that we had the day that we went, it was like 65 degrees, wasn't hot, It's totally worth going.
Yeah.
But the really special part of it is that there's a lot of Native American ruins. We stopped at like 6 or 7 spots to take pictures of some, and there's a lot more. If you spent a week out here just looking day by day and just going a mile at a time and looking, you still would miss some. That's the beauty of it. And what's really special is if you wanted to, before the trail closed, thanks BLM, if you wanted to, you could ride right down the trail, pull off, walk for 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, I'm dead serious, and be standing right next to one, and you could take a picture of it, and you could teach people about it, and you could just imagine the absolute just rugged life that you'd have to live to be able to live in one of these little huts or granaries or whatever it is. So at one point on this ride, there's even a part of this Indian heritage that you can pull out a set of binoculars and look halfway up a cliff, and there's a really inaccessible one of these ruins, and there's just some not bars, they're like halves of trees, right? They're just logs that have been propped into the wall. It looks like they carved like a jail cell straight up into the side of a mountain, and there's next to no way to get to it, right? You'd have to be an expert mountaineer to even attempt to get to it, but you can look at it through a set of binoculars and spot it no problem. And it makes you just wonder, like, wow, what a different life we live. I rode for 2 hours on my KTM 125 to get out there and look and experience all this with some water strapped to my back and a lunch in my bag. And I stayed in a hotel the night before, and I drove home the next day. These guys lived out here permanently, full-time. There's pretty much nothing in terms of farmable resource land out here. So whatever they were eating was what they could hunt and what they could grow. It's pretty wild. There's water sometimes running down this creek, and so they probably had something to drink, but they were masters of this land. You know, it's crazy to think that people lived out in the middle of this desert, and they lived well enough that they could raise a family and take care of themselves and not have to worry a whole lot about anything. It's amazing.
I missed it.
The best part about this ride was definitely the fact that I got to take it on a 125 XC. I love this bike. At this point, I think my bike had not even 12 hours on it. It was pretty much brand new. This was really the first trail ride it's been on. And I was still getting used to it a lot, but oh my word, it was just an amazing ride. Between just the sand and being able to just lug it low and slow and not have to worry so much about being in a hurry, because I was on a tour essentially, but I wasn't going fast. I was following my grandpa the whole time, just nice and slow, enjoying the scenes, and the bike just handled everything I needed it to do. It didn't overheat, it never got overly hot, it never overflowed coolant, never had to roast my clutch in the sand, never had a single issue with it, and it could just ride. It was amazing. The only errors I had with it were user error, because I'm still getting used to the bike, where I was letting the clutch out and made some rookie mistakes, popped the clutch a couple times. Things you do when you're getting used to a new bike, especially one with a hydraulic clutch. My old bike didn't have that. It was just a cable clutch, so it had a very, very different feel. And nowadays it's not a problem. I don't really have that issue feeling it out anymore, but getting used to it is very different. It's a much more just natural feel to use the hydraulic clutch, you could say. Whereas with the cable clutch, I feel like you're feeling a lot more of the actual pull of the clutch and the cable and everything, and you can really feel it engage. And you don't have to do that so much on this bike. You can just let it out nice and smooth, and you just know it works. You don't have to feel so much. It's crazy the amount of just smooth ride that this bike is. On top of that, the counterbalancing, dude, I could not even tell you how smooth this bike is. I get on my brother or my dad's 4-stroke, or one of my buddies' old KTM 300 XCWs. It's a 2015. Every single one of those bikes vibrates way worse than this bike does. I can ride this bike all day, not even think about it, have zero vibration. I'm nice and comfortable. I've never had that experience before. I do not feel that when I go out and ride other bikes. This bike is amazing. I love it to death. It's by far and away my favorite bike ever that I've rode. And I'm sure that's liable to change, because I'm probably going to ride more bikes in the future, but this one has my heart for now.
sneak past you. Thank you. Hey.
Go ahead.
It looks like I caught up pretty good.
That took you 3 minutes.
Probably 5, but somewhere in there. Just back up over there?
Gotta go back there to see him. I'll get out of your way.
Okay. I'll check it out on the way back.
But yeah, I know I mentioned that this is a ride that I'll probably never get to go on again. And that is because this is part of the Utah, like the southern Utah area that the BLM has decided they're going to close down. And that's pretty unfortunate news. This is all out in the San Juan area in southern Utah. But if you haven't been to it now, it's too late, so you're probably never going to get to go out on it again. It's closed down even to hikers. They don't want people out there. I would always recommend following legal advice and not going around any gates or barriers on closed trails. It's really sad to me to know that there's never going to be an opportunity for me to take my family here in the future. They're never going to be able to go out and enjoy this view that I saw unless the trails get opened back up by somebody in the future, which I don't see happening. I don't think that the government or people are really gonna go back on this. There's been enough arguing and back and forth between different people arguing whether we should open it or close it, or open it or close it, that they just decided to close it completely, and no one's going in there. I don't think that that's going to change anytime soon. If it does, I'd be thrilled, I'd be stoked about it, but I'm not going to hold my breath and wait. And it's sad because this is just one trail, and it's happening to millions of miles of trail out here. I can forget the exact numbers, but there's something like 100 million acres of land or something in terms of trails that people can ride that are just going to get shut down. And I'll never get to go on them. There's no way I could go on all those trails. I did my very best to go on as many rides as I could this summer and go on these trails, but I missed out on so many of them, and I'm going to be bummed for the rest of my life about it. But I'm forever grateful for the opportunity that I had to go out and experience this one today. It was wonderful. We did have a couple mishaps with our group. My grandparents' friends, they ended up on the way back just having a little bit of an oopsie, and they rolled their side-by-side in a creek, just the very last water crossing, and they just went off a little crooked, and it tipped over and was not very fun of an experience. But we got it flipped over, and they made it home, and everybody was okay, so we considered that an okay experience to have, and a good day of riding. But no, it's just a sad experience to know that people are never going to be able to go out and enjoy this the way that I got to do it. And honestly, guys, thank you again so much for just tuning in and watching this and listening, bearing with me. I know my thoughts are a little bit scatterbrained and just all over the place on this one. Like I said, this is a really old set of footage. It's from last May. I really should have edited it a long time ago and got it out here to you. But I got busy riding and figured, you know what? I can stash all my footage from this year away and edit it all winter long and throw it out little by little. And in the future, I'm not doing that. This is annoying. This is stupid. But thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in and enjoying this trip. I hope people that came out and, you know, supported this, I hope they learned something and that they came away with a little bit different point of view than they had before. Maybe. I don't want to necessarily say that my opinion matters enough to change people's minds, but I know for a fact that this is a really, really wonderful world we live in. This land is beautiful, and I just want to enjoy it the same as everybody else does. And so if you ever hear about things closing down in your area and you have the opportunity, definitely make your voice heard. Definitely make sure that that you're making it known to the people that run this country, to your local officials, whatever it may be, that, hey, you enjoy that land, your friends enjoy that land, your family enjoys that land, and you don't want to see it closed down because other people are upset about how you choose to enjoy it. Anyways, I digress. I appreciate it so much, those of you that watch this. Definitely go out and explore the land around you and enjoy it. Spend time with those around yourself. Enjoy it with them. Make those memories, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks so much, and see ya. Hey, if you like this video and you'd like to show your support, feel free to click on another video here. Maybe even click the subscribe button or the like button. Definitely helps out a little bit. I'm trying to get this thing rolling here, and anyone and anything that y'all can do to support really does mean the world. I don't ask for much, but I really do appreciate everything that you guys do for me, and I'd like to make sure that I can continue to support and entertain you guys as much as I can as well. Thanks so much, and you all have a nice life. Good night.